Hey guys, my name is the Wolf of Lego and welcome back to another custom Lego minifigure showcase, and today we have two figures from one of my favorite movies, Lethal Weapon. We have Martin Riggs and Roger Murtaugh, and these two minifigures I've wanted to make for a very long time, and I think I said it at the beginning of the year that I was going to make them, and I finally got around to it, and I'm really happy that I did because it is one of my favorite films. I love Lethal Weapon, and the sequels aren't too bad, but I really especially love the first one. And I really wanted to make these two. I recently had rewatched the movie, and I was just like, okay, now's the time. I got a nice little break real quick before I start on my Guardians of the Galaxy 2 minifigures, so I decided to go ahead and make Martin and Riggs from Lethal Weapon, and as you can see, they're right in front of you, and they turned out great. I'm really happy, especially that I have two hair pieces that really work for them. As you guys know. If you guys don't know what this is the new Han Solo hairpiece. The minute I saw that, I remember talking to my mom and I was like, does that look like, Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon? She's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, it does. So when I saw that, I was really excited, and I was waiting for that skiff set to come out for I could find the hairpiece cheaper, and I finally did. So, everything worked out, and I was able to make these two. So without further ado, let's go into a full close-up 360 of both of these figures.
I suppose we have to register you as a lethal weapon.
Hey, look, friend, let's just cut the shit. Now, we both know why I was transferred. Everybody thinks I'm suicidal, in which case I'm fucked and nobody wants to work with me. Or they think I'm faking to draw a psycho pension, in which case I'm fucked and nobody wants to work with me. Basically, I'm fucked.
Guess what?
What?
I don't want to work with you.
Hey, don't.
Ain't got no choice. Looks like we both are fucked.
Terrific.
Okay, so we're going to start off with Riggs. So Riggs was the second figure I finished. I made Rogers first. I was trying to get a hold of one of these hair pieces. I was waiting until that skiff set came out with more of the new Han Solo hairpiece. The minute I saw this thing, I asked my mom what she thought, and she agreed with me that it looked like Riggs' hairstyle from the first three movies. I think he has that type of hair in the first three. And I wanted to get it right away, so I did. And as you can see, it's a really nice hairpiece. I really like it, and I think it works really well. So the entirety of the figure is hand-painted by moi. Even the face. This is one of my first ever hand-painted faces. So I guess we'll go over his gun real quick. So this is just a Brick Arms pistol. I don't know the exact name of how Brick Arms says it, but this is supposed to be his 9 Beretta that he uses in the movie. I just did some weathering to it, and I painted the barrel, as you can see on the front. And that's all I did to it. I'm sure you've seen this pistol before, and yeah, it looks just like his gun because it is that type of model, whatever type of gun it is. I don't know guns too well, so whatever. So I guess we'll start off with his face. So like I said, the face is completely hand painted by me. This is one of the first ones that I've done really nicely anyway. You can see the eyes turned out great. That's the biggest problem I have with eyes. The eyebrows were too small originally. Aaron helped me out with that. I was asking him because something looked off, and thanks, Aaron. And I decided to go with a more aggressive face. I was thinking about doing 3 different type of heads. This, a smile, or just a blank face. And because usually Riggs is smiling or he's growling or something. So I went the more aggressive type look. I think that works really well because one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when he's on the rooftop. If you've ever seen that, it's a great scene.
Do you really want to jump? Do you want to? Well, then that's fine with me. Come on. Let's do it, asshole. Let's
Wait a
do
minute.
it.
What?
I want to do it. I want to do it.
What do you mean?
And in that scene, he's kind of looks a little mad towards the end. So the jacket here on the figure is just a Cape Madness trench coat that was modified and cut to size to fit over the belt piece because Lego's AR jacket goes above the belt piece, and I wanted it to go over the belt piece. So the arms are painted in my own dark gray color, and then the jacket and the arms have some glossy black showing there for the details. You can see the pockets, the 3 buttons, and the cuffs and whatnot. I did that because in a normal black it didn't really pick up that well, so I decided to go in a more glossy black, and I'm glad I did. So the torso of the minifigure, let me remove his coat real quick. Okay, so we can talk about the torso. I took off the coat real quick, and as you can see, I just painted on more of a basic shirt design with some wrinkles and some buttons and tan. The bit of gold right there is supposed to be his belt because his belt buckle is gold in the movie. And then I also painted the top of the torso, and made the cuffs like that, and continued the coat to make it look like it's going over his shoulders. Then the pants. The pants are a little blank, but they're in my own dark blue color. Well, not dark blue, but more like a denim color, a light denim. And as you can see, I got some stitch lines there, yeah. And then we got the pockets painted on, and the shirt going over the pants, and then we got some lines going on there. And then his shoes are in tan with a light brown, going all the way around the figure. And as you can see, they go on the inside of his legs as well. I really like how that turned out. And yeah, for the most part, he wears basic clothing, so this figure isn't that complicated in that sense, as you can see. So let me put him back together quick. Okay, so that's about it for Riggs. Really was excited to make this figure, and I really like how he turned out. So let me know what you think of him in the comments down below. Like I said, this is one of my favorite movies, and being able to make a figure from that was a lot of fun. So let me know what you think of Riggs. He's a very simple minifigure, so it didn't take long to go over him. So yeah, we'll move on to Rogers.
I'm too old for this shit.
Okay, so our second minifigure here is Roger Murtaugh, and once again, I have made a minifigure with a suit coat. I have made about 4 of these guys now, so it feels like I've made the same figure over and over again. But this one's a little different because I did try some different 3D elements that I'm pretty happy with. But I guess we'll go over his accessory real quick. So we have his 4-inch Smith, and this is made out of a Brick Arms Python in gunmetal. And what I did was I shortened the barrel and I sanded a bit of the bottom here, and I added a let me take it off real quick so you guys can see. I added a little red sight at the tip right there on the sight, painted that, and I made the barrel, I made that black. So yeah, pretty happy with that. It looks pretty accurate, and I filled in some of the gaps of Procreate and painted around that. So overall, really like how that looks, because there aren't many like revolvers that Brick Arms has and whatnot that looked like it. So I used the fin hairpiece. It's probably the best option I could have used unless I sculpted something. Gave him some dark gray highlights, and then I guess we'll move on to his face, so you guys can see that a bit better. So I painted the likeness of Donald Glover onto this head, and I think I did a pretty good job. The mustache was hard to get on there, make that look right, but you can see the eyebrows and the wrinkles and the lines around there. I'm really happy with how it looks. It doesn't really pick up that well on the camera. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's not really showing too well for me, but hopefully it shows better once you guys see it on your computer screens or phones or whatever you're looking this on. So the suit coat is made out of a Cape Mandas trench coat, like I've done before, just like Riggs, and I modified this one. It turned out really nice and clean. I painted it in my own light gray color. As you can see, we got the pockets on there, the buttons, and the little upper pocket with like a handkerchief or something, and then we got the sleeves with the buttons on there and the back detail and all that. So it all turned out really nice. And yeah, so the torso of the minifigure, this is something neat. Let me talk to you guys while I remove this. The torso of the minifigure, I wanted to make the tie stick out. And if you guys know the Moose Figs, who made his Zootopia figures, I remember he used E-tape on some of the ties, so I decided to try that out. And as you can see, it turned out pretty nice. So I used E-tape for the tie, and I used E-tape for the collar up above, and as you can see, the detail continues onto the top of the torso. And you can see the pocket paint on there, a button, and some I guess you call them wrinkles, or in the clothing and whatnot, painted on there. Just give it a little extra detail. And then the bottom of the legs, let me move down here. So you can see the bottom of the legs. I got the belt painted on there with the belt loops and all that. That turned out really nice. And then we got some lines, just some basic lines going down the front of the torso. And then the shoes are painted just like Riggs, so they have the same kind of design going on there. And they have dark gray soles of the shoe, and then the shoe itself is brown. And then you see the back of the figure. Not much going on there because he's going to be wearing a coat. So let me put him back together real quick. So that's about it for Rogers. Really like how this figure turned out, so let me know what you think of him in the comments down below. And yeah, so let's finish up this video. Okay, so that's about it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I really liked making these two, like I said. Something new, something different than just a movie that's just, coming out and rushing them and trying to make the figures before the movie comes out. This is something different. I'm really happy that I decided to try this out. And well, not try this out. I'm glad I made these figures. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a couple more figures I want to make from movies that I really like. Indiana Jones. What was it? Indiana Jones. Some of the original Star Warses. I never made customs from that. So I want to do that this year. So expect those at some point. Also, I'm trying out some new lights and whatnot. I got some new lights set up. Hopefully, it looks a lot better. I used my sister's really nice camera that she has to take some photos. Yeah. And I posted those on Flickr and Instagram. So if you guys want to check those out, links will be in the description down below. I'm trying to improve my stuff a bit. I got 3 lamps going now. I got some brighter bulbs and whatnot. And hopefully you guys can tell that it looks better. I'm trying to diffuse the light. I know there's a bit of glare on some parts of the figures. But please let me know what you think of the lighting in the comments down below. I'm not really great at it. So yeah, anything you guys want to say about that, just let me know. So yeah, right now I'm working on Guardians of the Galaxy 2 figures, so that's going to be my prime focus for the time being. So I don't really know what else I will be making that you guys can see for a while. I still want to make K2SO from Rogue One, but he's going to have to be a little later. I just don't have the time to make him right now. But I'm working on Guardians figures, and I'll show it on the screen here, and I'll show you what I have so far. So those are coming along. Hopefully they'll turn out really nice. I'm really happy with how I'm starting with them so far. I'm looking around. I'm going to do another movie review. I think I'm going to do it for Ghost in the Shell. So expect that. That will be something to tie you guys over. I think that's coming out towards the end of the month anyway. But yeah, that's going to be a while too. But I'll probably have something ready before I don't want to have all of April with nothing. So expect, I'll probably pull something together. Maybe I'll finish K2SO. Who knows? But don't expect like a whole month with no figures. I'll try not to do that. But this is the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. God bless you, people of justice. May the Force be with you always, and I will see you guys later.
Yeah, I got some last words. Come closer. Go suck an egg. Yeah, go suck an egg.
Suck an egg!
Oh, suck.
I like solving cases, not kissing acid.